So with that being said, I had several of you email me. Several of you have just raised your hands, which is just as easy. And I kind of feel like we're looking at the Brady Bunch right now. So we are going to kind of go up and down the rows. I think that's the easiest thing to do. So we'll go across for now. So we will start with Jack. Since Jack, you are in my top left-hand corner, you get to go first. And we
Okay.
are going to put less on deck.
All righty. Let me go to speaker view here so I can see. Um, Elaine and I kind of split up things tonight, and I am going to show some Elaine purchases that we got this year, and she's going to do some non-Elaine stuff. So um, we got some pretty interesting things in all HD Lane this year. And I'm going to show the first one. This is the 3500 Gadroon number 85, and this is the 10-inch two-handled no compartment relish, and also no feet, as you can see. Anytime you can find one of these, the ones with the compartment, the three and the four compartment relishes were one of Cambridge's most popular. Those are very easy to find, all kinds of colors and etchings and also cuttings. But no compartment and no feet. When you find one of those, you grab it because they are just so difficult to find. They were only made for a really short period of time, maybe a year or two. So that was that one. Um, Another one wanted to show is we got this, and it is the three-compartment 3400 relish at Steel Lane in forest green, which anytime you find something like that in forest green, we actually have the covered relish too as well, and now we have the bottom part at Steel Lane. So that was kind of a really nice find to come. So, the third thing is 1066 oval cigarette holder, gold encrusted. And get in front of me so you can see. So, and the gold was in really nice shape. Sometimes you find these and the gold's been kind of worn off and everything, but this was in really, really a beautiful shape. So we were really pleased to find that one. And next one is one of our favorite finds of the year. And this is the 1228, what we call the pillow vase. Had never seen this in Elaine before, so we were really pleased to find this. And now, of course, Elaine's looking, well, we got to get one gold encrusted. Yeah, right. So it's it's a really cool piece to see this. So, and then the very last thing, um, don't know if we showed this or not, but this is kind of one of the coolest pieces that we've ever found. It's the 1425 ash receiver. Nobody that we have ever encountered has ever seen one of these before, including Lynn Welker and all the people that are longtime collectors. There's an image of it in the 3034 catalog. Um, but still, it's one of those pieces that we just never seen. And to find it at Stillane, it showed up at a show. Um, and so we were really, really pleased to get that. And I guess, I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing. Normally, Cambridge, when they made ash receivers, they had like a little lid on it. And now this one does not. So we don't really know what the story is on it, but it's a cool piece anyway. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. Just out of curiosity, how large is the ash receiver?
It's
Like,
about
oh, good, really.
4 inches in diameter. So
Excellent that
yeah,
you have a ruler there. Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Before we go to the next person, which is Les, Wendy would like to try her microphone. So, Wendy, do you want to unmute and see if your microphone works now? I still don't hear you. Okay, keep working on it, Wendy. We'll save you to last. Okay, next we're going to move on, and we are going to move on to Les, and we're putting Gwinnell on deck.
Well, those of you that were at convention, you probably knew one item that I was for sure going to show tonight, and that is this nude um, cigarette box that's gold encrusted Porsche. It's the only one that we've been aware of. We knew from Cambridge documentation that the cigarette boxes were etched, and there are numerous ones in Diane out there. But gold encrusted Porsche is pretty neat. The gold is mint, and I'm keeping the cover separate because I'm scared to death of something getting broke. But it likewise is perfect. And this came out of a home in Ohio. I got tipped off about it. And based on the when it was acquired by the family, it was actually the parents of one person in a couple. It would have been 50 to 55 years ago that it and they also had a matching ashtray, which has got gold on top, and then it's got the gold encrusted on the foot, Porsche. So I checked with Lynn Welker, and he recalled he was quite young, so it would have been, Lyle and Mary Welker running the shop at that time. And there was a three-piece set, two ashtrays. And in the 3034 catalog on one of the 1933 pages, they have a three-piece box set. So that's how this started. One of the ashtrays they kept, and that's the one that's now on loan to the museum. However, some time ago, I'd happened to find one of the ashtrays, so now I have a three-piece set of it. So because I collect the nudes, especially those that are decorated, pretty special to me. The other thing I was thrilled to add to the collection, and those that were at the November meeting in Cambridge, this item was shown. And this oddly came out of an auction that was an estate auction in Texas. And there was a fair bit of milk glass, and this was part of a box lot. And I was happy to get it. The price was reasonable, but I said, I don't want the rest. Share it with your staff at the auction house because I didn't want this to get damaged. So the number is 1338, although that is not when it's in the milk line. It's got a W number, obviously, when it's the milk line. And as far as we know, there hasn't been another one of these that has surfaced. So we know that at least one was made of each item to make the catalog because that was before photoshopping. And so this may be the one in Olden. How it ended up in an estate in Texas, I don't know, although they had other milk glass. So we've had a few other things like the arms pieces have shown up in milk glass, a few others that, maybe one of a kinds that have popped up. So again, I was really thrilled to be able to add that to my collection. And then to add a little variety, the other thing I'm thrilled about is this decanter. And you're going to say, boy, I don't recognize that blank. Well, it's not Cambridge. And I guess I'm a little bit like most younger collectors. They're not wed to just one company. So this is from the Bethel line of Heisey. And I don't know, is the cutting showing up here? Can you see that cutting as I turn it? It's actually Lynn Welker turned me on to this. It's called Seaglade, and the fish. It's a water scene, and of course, just an spectacular piece with this stopper and that type thing. And I'm sorry, Mike and Jack, but I do much prefer Heisey cuttings over Cambridge cuttings. The intricate and other than just flowing lines, the circular movement to it. And a key thing I collect in Heisey is the blank New Era. And just to show you a piece of it, so I didn't get this year, but just to show you, it's got a rectangular bottom, kind of a rectangular tiered stem. And then this cutting, which was the one that got me excited first, is called Venus. And talk about deco with this blank and that cutting on it. It's just absolutely pure deco. And again, the ability of the cutters or engravers to make these perfect round circles. just incredible. Generally with Cambridge, there's not these perfect round things. It's usually a curving line or something like that. So just something got a little extra interest. So a piece that it actually sold in the Heisey October auction. Uh, Maybe some of you are aware, Heisey has quite a few auctions that they manage themselves through high bid during the year. So that's it, Julie. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. There was a question from Wendy. Could you tell us how tall the ashtray is?
Mm.
The Porsche. That
Well,
really ugly Porsche one that is just,
the ashtray. So
yeah.
it's the medium-sized nude, and that medium-sized nude's about 5 inches. So that should tell you that the whole thing is probably about what, 6.5 inches tall, something like that.
She wants to know the cigarette box.
Oh,
My
the cigarette
apologies.
box
That was my
is,
fault.
I'm sorry. Well, that's also on the middle-sized nude. In fact, on this, I've got an article coming up in the next crystal ball on the nudes and the sizes and the way to tell the difference between the different sizes, small, medium, and large. And when you're looking at the nudes this way, um, you can tell by the opening of the arm. So the middle
Like there.
size nude has a square right here. The small nude has a triangle, and the largest nude has a rectangle with a notch in it. So this nude is approximately 5 inches. So a little bit, maybe half an inch for the foot, and probably what, an inch and a half on top. So overall, probably about 7 inches would be the height.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much, Les. Beautiful finds. We like to keep it rolling. All right, Gwinnell, you are up, and let me see. Is David, we will put you on deck.
Good evening, everyone. I've got a one of the early Cambridge arms, vase arms. I think the 1435, and I believe it's the large opening on it. And then let me see if I can try this. See if I can do that.
Ooh, I lost your video, Gwinnell.
Uh-oh.
There you are.
Okay, let's see. That's what I want to do.
Ah,
I don't know if you can see it. It's so big, I don't want to pick it up and hold it. But it's the buffalo hunt scene, the large bow. I'll pull back a little bit.
beautiful.
And, and, but that was our find. It is.
Beautiful piece.
Okay, that's it.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And we're glad to see you have something in there besides Caprice.
It is moonlight blue, or maybe it
But it's
could be
moonlight blue.
willow.
Yeah, I thought of that right away. It's moonlight blue.
It's moonlight.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Gwinnell. And we hope you stay warm out there.
Oh,
All
we're
right, next
trying.
next we have David, and then we will move to Elaine, please. You're all in my top row, so like I said, we're going the Brady Bunch way.
Thank you, Julie. I have a couple items here to share that I picked up in 2025. The first is going to be this mulberry goblet with gold encrusted marjorie etching on it. I remember these came out about a dozen or 20 years ago, and the goblets kind of went all over the place. So one finally came to Columbus, Ohio to reside for a while. So I'm very excited about this. I love colored glass with etchings on it. Doesn't always have to have gold, but this comes with gold, so that's excellent. Another etched piece I picked up this year was this small ice pail or ice tub. It's in willow blue. It's got the Valencia etching on it. You don't see a lot of these etchings on colored glass, so that's always fun to find those pieces out in the wild. Another piece of willow blue I picked up this year. I have three pieces of Elaine in my collection. This is a willow blue 3400 Comport etched Elaine. So that's another fun piece that fits very well in my etchings collection on colored glass. For years, I've had the light emerald melon boy in light emerald with a satin or frosted finish. Finally, I logged on to eBay at the right time, and there was one without the satin finish. So super excited to complete my melon boy collection, a pink one and a green one. So I think I've got them all at this point. And then moving into maybe something's a little bit more exciting. Julie, this should look possibly familiar. This is a 3438 ball jug with the satin finish, both inside and out, with a fantastic Rockwell water lily overlay design. And it's just so much silver on here. It's just fantastic. And with the satin background, it just looks spectacular. So it does have a monogram on the handle, HDA, HDA. So whoever HDA was, they were very fortunate to be gifted this beautiful ball
Lynn
jug.
said that's his initials.
And last but not least, a similar ball jug. And I think this is kind of cool because it has the royal blue handle with the royal blue jug. I'm not sure if this is a Rockwell or a DePasse Pearsall decoration, but it's just absolutely fantastic. And one thing that with the silver overlay, if you look at the overlay, all of the silver needs to be connected. So if you look right here at the top, there's a little line of silver connecting the silver flowers here on the side up to the silver that goes around the rim. And down here at the bottom, there's a little bit of silver connecting to the silver because when they put this in the solution, the current has to go through all of the silver in order, or the flux, I should say, so all the silver will attract to the flux and give the design where they want it. So it's pretty cool how they had to engineer that to get all the silver connected in some way. So Julie, that's all I have for our program this evening. Thank
Well,
you.
thank you, David. I felt like you held out on me on that picture. All right. So beautiful
Never
piece.
know. You never know, Julie.
I know, David. I know. You know me and silver overlay. For some reason, sometimes it just happens to I be in the right place at the right time.
Exactly.
So excellent. Next, we're moving on to Elaine, and then we are going to put Greg Voss on deck. Elaine, you're muted.
Okay, better?
Yes.
The first item I was going to tell you about, I'm not going to show, but in the past I have mentioned if anybody would run into a 5-inch peg nappy cut harvest, I was interested in it and someone found one. And so thank you very much to my early Santa Claus there. And another is a number 85 10-inch vase Aurora, and it's etched classic and gold encrusted. And we got two interesting, let me turn them upside down, lawn spike vases. And one is 10 inches, one is 15, and it was also made in a 12-inch size. And I think a lot of times these were used in cemeteries to, this part goes into the ground and then they put flowers in them. So kind of interesting.
It seems like that
And
wouldn't test the time over weather, though. I just can't.
and how
Seems
long would it be there?
yeah, exactly.
And then I have two decanters, and they're both cut by the, they're cut in the patterns that my father cut. So the first one is the number 1321 28-ounce decanter cut Croesus, and the 13, 20, 14-ounce decanter cut Lucia. So we were very excited since those were the two patterns that he cut. He kind of concentrated on those. So we have a collection of Croesus and Lucia. So thank you very much.
Yes, beautiful. So how many pieces did you get from your dad?
Oh, Jack might be able to answer that better. You mean of the cuttings,
Yes,
or
of his cuttings that he actually maybe cut himself.
I think just a few, wasn't it, Jack?
Well, it was it actually it was a number of things, a number of stems, and but and some non Croesus and Lucia things that we got that almost certainly he cut.
Okay.
Some ashtrays and stuff like that. So, but not a lot really, but just some neat things. So,
Well,
mhm.
wonderful. Well, I'm glad that these were something that you could find and treasure and obviously remind you of your dad. So how
Yeah.
special.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So next we're going to go to Greg, and then we are going to put Jeff on deck, please.
Well, Happy New Year, everybody. It's good to see everybody, these faces. I found a few things last year. One item was, and I think we all have collections, and then we have sub collections, and then we have sub collections. So one of my sub collections is I like Wildflower on gold crystal, and I came up with a couple of new stems and something kind of neat. 1242 vase. It's the yellow is a little bit fainter in the vase than it is the stemware, but that was kind of a neat find, and I don't know. Do we know how many different items they made in yellow wildflower? I have a globe vase, and I think there's a few other things, but I don't know there's a whole list. So it's just kind of interesting when some new item pops up in that color and etching combination. Next, I had very happy to have a my first decorated uh, cigarette box, and it's gold encrusted Diane. And uh, as some of you probably know, this a few of us were able to acquire a few items from. There was an ad in the Crystal Ball of a daughter of a former Cambridge salesman, and he worked for Cambridge. I don't know that we know. She didn't really know for sure, but there is some documentation that he worked for Cambridge, the original company near the end of the original company run, and then he worked for the reorganized Cambridge Glass Company for a period of time. So he had some interesting things. A number of them. He had some crackle nudes, and he had a milk glass swan set. So he has some very interesting things that apparently the family held on to for a while. So I was able to. I had a very small table goblet collection, but I was able to expand that a little bit, and I've got the pistachio table goblet from the reopen period, and I also got a late pink and a gold crystal. And then at the very end of the year, um, a frog and a squirrel hopped or crawled into my collection. That's it.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And beautiful pieces. And it's always nice when you find that, as you said, I like how you put it, It's my sub collection. So I think we're going to have to start, genus, species, phylum, you know how it goes. But I'm glad to see that you found some things this year, and I really like the little squirrel, and those are such cute little animals too. I'm sure that you'll probably be getting a little message from Christine because she'll be jealous of your squirrel. All right, next we're going to move on to Jeff Eggers, and we'll put Mary and Jeff on deck, please.
Hey everybody, good to see y'all. I will start with my top hat,
Cute.
HD Lane, if I can get it in the picture anyway.
That's
It's
perfect.
the second up from the smallest, I believe. Thank you, David. And this is my wife really likes these. And this is compliments of Jack. Got this cute little birdie and this cute little birdie. My wife, she just loves these. They look really nice set up. And in Florida, I happened to come across this nice azurite bowl with some really nice gold on it. The gold around the rim down here. It's about 11 inches across. I just love this. It's just a cool piece. And then I have my gold encrusted Elaine vase, etched Elaine, of course. I have a pair of these that I picked up. So they're just gorgeous. So and they're also um what do I want to call it? The panels on the inside here.
The optic?
Yeah, that's it. That's the word. But that's what I got.
Oh, well,
They're
thank you.
pretty
I'm sure
cool pieces.
they're beautiful pieces, especially with the gold and the optic. Lovely,
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah, I like those. I'm getting into more gold.
Getting into more gold. And
Yeah.
so now your wife is going to get into all the little animals too?
Well, they're so hard to come by in this neighborhood.
But you
So,
have all these friends here. So all you have to
yeah,
do is put out a little
exactly.
request.
Yeah,
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Jeff. It's always
you bet.
wonderful to see
Thanks.
you. Next, we'll go to Mary and Jeff, and we will put Lyle on deck.
Okay. First piece we'll show is the Rabina footed bowl. And it's got the kind of a rolled edge with a scallop on it, a honeycomb pattern. I didn't know they made a scalloped edge bowl,
Me
so
neither.
I was kind of excited when we found that. We just love Rabina. Next, our favorite type of candlestick, and that's the 1307 Crown Tuscan gold encrusted Portia. Got the Crown Tuscan mark on the bottom. But I just love that shape of candlestick. And then to go with that, we got the globe vase, the 3400 gold encrusted. And then another piece we were happy to find was this. It's got a little sickness inside, but it's the Free Candy Scott's decanter. It came without a stopper, but we happen to have a stopper that doesn't have any enamel on it, but it's the right shape. And then one of the pieces we were excited to find was this humidor. It's got the label on it. There. And it looks like it was never used.
I'm sure it was
It's
never
got
used.
the lid on it. We were at an estate sale and we were, I think we were like number 25 or something. And so we didn't get in the first round and I, and I could see it sitting on a shelf. I kept watching it, and it was like nobody picked it up. So it was one of the first things that we picked up when we got into the sale. And then the last piece is this Gloria, this black pitcher with the Gloria platinum trim, I guess.
Beautiful.
Uh,
So those are some of the things that we bought.
Oh, I
We
love
like
this.
everything, but those were some of our favorites.
Yes. Oh, I love the Scotty bottle. That is so cute.
Yeah, we have a few pieces of that, so it's
Well, if you
fun.
ever come out this way, we'll fill up full of scotch for you.
Okay. I might be coming for that little what is it? The festival that Lilac
Lilac
Festival.
Festival.
That's
Yeah.
right, the Lilac Festival.
They'll go together good.
Yeah.
Yes, Scotch and lilacs. Perfect. I like it. Thank you so much. Okay, next we're on to Lyle, and we will put Tim and Nancy on deck, please.
Well, I know you're not going to believe this, but this is part of the continuing sub collections. You know, the eternal chain. This is a little unit that has the ormolu base, and it's etched with a lovely pattern of some kind. I think it's apple blossom, and we've had this for a number of years. And the stopper has been tie wrapped so it doesn't get bumped and cracked and such. But in an estate sale this year, we found a powder box to match it. Isn't that lovely? It's even got the slanted cut top, and the ormolu's in pretty good shape. But I thought that was kind of an interesting combination to finally reassemble. And another one that we did this year, some time ago, I talked the King of New Jersey out of his Windsor Eleanor light blue Flying Lady and candlesticks. And this year we found one from the Seashell line, the Comport. And the colors are perfect match, which is tough in Eleanor and Windsor. And we're just delighted they show up like that. And that's the big addition this year, boys and girls.
Well, lovely, lovely, lovely. And I'm glad you know, I'm glad you were able to get a little glass from the king.
Yes,
So that's
indeed.
always good.
Well, if he ever wonders if he wants it back, the price just went up.
Well, I was going to be disappointed after showing the pup boxes if we saw no ladies. And of course, you did not disappoint me.
Can't do it.
No, I would be so disappointed, Lyle, if no ladies showed up today. So thank you as always for sharing and participating. Next, we're going to Tim and Nancy, and then we'll put Christine on deck, please.
There we go. Can you hear me?
I can, thank
Okay,
you.
now I got to turn this camera. We have trouble with this, remember? And there it is up there. And it's
Yes,
not...
we can see it. Thank you.
Oh, you can?
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
now I see you before I saw the pieces of glass.
Okay, let's try it one more time.
Okay, good.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. Hey, went to convention this last year, and I had to get out my my pennies, and it took a bunch of them to buy the Violet Everglade vase. It's wonderful. I was really glad to see Les having that in his booth, and I'm grateful that I got it bought. Sitting next to it is the Crown Tuscan uh, rose bowl in Everglade, which is another really tough one to find. And then sitting next to it is the Jenny Lind covered candy in violet. So those are the top picks from 2025.
Beautiful. About how tall is your vase there, the tulip vase?
I think they're, well, hang on a second, I'll tell you. About 10 and 3/4.
Okay. Well, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
I think I hand carried that one all the way home, and two of us carried it in the house.
Oh yes, oh yes. We know when we have those finds, yes, we treat them with very gentle hands. So, well, thank you, and we appreciate you both coming to this evening.
Thank you.
Next, we're moving on to Christine, and then we will put Mike and Lisa on deck, please.
We have to turn the camera. So this one is Jeannie and Freeman's fault that I had to buy this. And I know you guys know why. So
I'm not
I
on the face of it anymore.
seen Jeannie. I finally got pictures of Jeannie's collection, and she had one of these in her collection. Absolutely love it. Of course, the ball jug. I don't know if you guys can see it okay, with the flying geese in silver. Does have a tag. It's not a full tag, but I think it is Rockwell. You guys can correct me if I am wrong on that one, but I think that is the Rockwell tag. So, and it is satin. So I think that is absolutely lovely, lovely. And to put in a thing for the auction, I always find something that if this is not going to be in the full thing, is it? So it's the light emerald basket. Probably can't see it very well, can you guys?
Yes.
Can see the basket. I've
Yes.
been wanting to collect. See, I have a lot of these with the clear handle, so I'm trying to find them with the colored handle. So that's what I've been looking for. And then at convention, I got this. I know it doesn't look very yellow, but it is a nice color yellow, the mandarin gold. So you can see, can everybody see? It's got the lion on it. So I thought, I love this vase. It's one of my favorites, the bowling pin. And then for those of you who know that I love to collect apothecary things, I actually had one of these. So what this is a specimen one. So I actually had one of these that Rich had found in the dump, and I found one that was in a really good shape at convention. So I'm pretty excited about that. And it has an unusual top to it because when you're doing and working with specimens, you have only one hand, so you can't twist. So this has kind of a little, it has that rim that is, I don't know how do you say it, but it's not smooth at all. And so that way it kind of makes a seal if you make it wet, so you can seal your specimen inside. So, and it does have a tag. I don't know if you guys saw that as well, paper tag. So that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, we often use those in the scientific, I'm trying to think of the correct term, but
Yeah.
obviously when you've had other evaporatory items and
Mhm.
everything, we'd often put grease on them too to just slide off the lid carefully and slide it back on.
Yep, exactly. So I used to use them in college all the time, and I
Yep.
recognized it right away when I saw it.
Oh
So
yes. Oh yes. Very familiar. All right. Next, we're moving to Mike and Lisa, and we're going to put Jonathan on deck, please.
Thank you, Julie. Um, I'm going to start off with something that is kind of, I like a lot of the late Cambridge stuff. And if you look at the last catalog, the yellow one, I forgot the years, but they have all these chimneys. And I never know what is a Cambridge chimney or not. So I actually found one with a Cambridge label. So now I actually know what a Cambridge chimney looked like from that era. So I was excited about that. Um, Next thing, we've all seen seashell in yellow, but that's all we've ever seen is this one piece. And I was excited this year um, to find this bowl in yellow. And as far as I knew when I got it, it was the only one that anybody had ever seen. So I thought it was pretty cool. I have a fairly extensive seashell collection. And then let's see what else I brought. Oh, I brought one more thing. And for anybody that was at the Sunday afternoon study group, which I wholeheartedly suggest that if you like to learn about Cambridge, come to the Sunday afternoon study group. But I did a presentation and I used this to contrast it with, or to pair it up against some Pilsners that I had. But this, I've always liked this decoration. I've only seen it one time. And Cindy Arndt had, or Mike Arndt actually got at an auction in Cambridge a set like this. And so when I saw this, I was all excited, and I was at a show that David was at, and his arms were so full that he couldn't reach down and grab it. So I was able to buy this. And Lisa has a piece she wants to show.
Shift change.
Shift change.
Hello, everyone. Um, I just have one special piece that we got this year early in the collecting year, and it's this beautiful gold encrusted Porsche 1242. Do I have the number right?
Mhm.
The gold is in really wonderful condition. Carmen. We collect, of course, gold encrusted Porsche and crystal. We have pretty extensive collection of that, but kind of the subgroup, if you will, is some Carmen with gold encrusted Porsche. So this was early in the year, certainly is one of the highlights of the year. So that's all I have.
Beautiful. And can you remind us what the pattern is of what the last item that Mike held up? The pattern of the
Oh, the bubbles. I don't
the bubbles.
What's the name of it, Julie?
Yes, everybody wants to know its name. It's like
It's
being at Cheers.
I don't know that there is a name. Les, if you're still
There's
around,
only a number.
Only a
it's
number?
Yeah, and usually it's red enamel rather
Yes.
than gold. It's
Yeah.
really striking on the gold.
Yes, I was
With the gold, excuse me.
Yeah.
beautiful with the gold. Like I'd never seen one in gold, so that was really beautiful.
Yeah,
But
one anecdote about Lisa's piece is we were at a show and she hadn't really got anything, and so that was kind of her. Well, I need something, so she got that.
well, that's something, all right.
Yeah, it was. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate it very much, Mike. All right. Next, we're moving to Jonathan, and we'll put Lynn on deck.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for sharing your things. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Okay, I'm not seeing my own self. So you'll have to let me know if you can't see. The first item I have is this cigarette holder.
Up a little higher. There
Yeah,
we go.
I can't.
Perfect.
I need to see myself.
I know it's hard.
Cigarette holder with ashtray foot. And it has a cutting that's not a Cambridge cutting. It's by a company called Cusack or Cusack. I don't know if you can see it.
Pretty.
It's called Jasmine, I believe.
Les is shaking his head yes.
Yeah, it's really a beautiful piece. I bought this about a year ago.
Beautiful.
I love this. And then yes, Marianne, who advertised in the Crystal Ball, I was able to buy some crackle
Yes.
from her, and I just particularly love this this pink, late pink champagne.
Beautiful.
But I was able to add a few pieces of crackle this year to my collection. I'm really excited about it. I love the crackle. Also, this Mardi Gras, I guess this is a Rose Bowl. Not sure, but many of you have seen this piece before. It's my first piece of Mardi Gras, so it's exciting for me. And then I also was able to get this gold crystal cordial, and it has an optic. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yes, thank you.
But this apparently there's not very many gold crystal nude quartz out there, so I was really excited to find this. And then the last piece I want to share is I bought this sea nymph. I guess I'm not sure how many ounces this is, but this was a pretty special piece for me to add to my collection. So that's what I have to share tonight.
Well, thank you. Les, how many ounces would that tumbler be?
Boy, they made that decoration, the Lady in Bubbles. It doesn't have another one, doesn't have a name, but we refer to it as Lady in Bubbles. They made it in many different sizes. I've got 3 sizes, and I can't tell if that one, Jonathan, is one of them that I have or not. But
yeah, it's the same.
I think I've got one that size. Yeah. But
Two
yeah,
and maybe 2.5, 3 ounce.
they made them in quite a few different sizes, and they also made them in the V cocktail. But boy, they're hard to find.
Yeah.
It takes years to put together a collection. So congratulations,
Yeah. Well,
Jonathan.
I have a collection of one.
Yeah, congratulations. One is great.
One is good. One
You
is
start
good.
with one.
And then you'll get more. Just ask everyone. No, that I love that pattern. It so reminds me of I don't know if you know the artist, but it's Louis Eichardt. So Louis Eichardt was very, very well known for his depiction of women in art, and one of them is a bubble girl, so to speak, and that pattern just strikes me as coming something from that same era that you would see. So thank you so much for sharing, Jonathan. It's always good to see you. I'm glad you joined our group this year, and it looks like you're becoming, an obsessive addict like the rest of us. So that's excellent. Next, we're moving over to Lynn, and then we're going to try to get back to Wendy after Lynn. Hopefully we got that microphone working. But Lynn, you're up, and we're putting Wendy on deck.
Well, I just want to say Happy New Year to everybody, and been very fortunate that I've been able to get a few pieces. And I guess I would like to show, let's see, this one. It's in Apple Blossom. She's a cocktail. Oh, excuse me, champagne.
Okay, Lynn, you need to talk with Lyle.
Oh, you mean like for this one too?
No, he's got a lid so you can create a sweetmeat.
Yeah, I know. I saw that a little while ago. Yeah, but if he'll come off of it, maybe so, but I'm kind of a purist. I don't think that's right. But anyway.
Well, it was flat out the saucer champagne with the lid on. It's right in the documents of the clubs.
Yep, that's okay. And I got I picked this one up too, and I got a table also in Apple Blossom. So that was 3 of those. Actually, I got 2 of each. So I just wanted to show you one. And this was my Crackle Pistachio. She's on a tall stem, or a medium stem, because she's got the square here. I guess everybody saw this at the show. She's a short comport. And then she goes along with this.
Beautiful.
So I've been very blessed this year. Picked up a whole lot more pieces, and I didn't show the one that's probably means a whole lot more to me. Somebody sold me a tall cobalt blue cigarette box for a nude, and I've been needing that for a very, very long time. Somebody came across for that for me, and I really appreciate it. And they know who they are, and I'll be forever grateful on that.
Wonderful.
And then mine for this year is the ivory with the blue willow covered candy with all.
Gorgeous.
So I collect opaques, and so this made me very happy this year.
Yes, I think Jonathan just about fell off of his chair on that one. So he was like, "Wow, I will like that one."
Well, I also have a center handled sandwich tray in ivory with the blue willow, but I didn't want to take it off the shelf. There's the trick. So they
Well,
sit together.
that blue willow on ivory is exquisite. It really sets it off. It really does. So a happy new year to both of you, and we're so glad to see you both and beautiful finds for this year, as everyone has found beautiful things.
Thank
So
you.
Wendy, we're going to give it a shot here, girl, and see what we can come up with. I may have to do the description in the chat box you sent me, but we'll do our best. Wendy, are you there? Did we lose her? Oh, I got to go back to my other view and see if I can find her here.
Wendy is still here.
Wendy's still here. I show myself unmuted. Okay, I'm going to ask you to unmute again then. You must have something off maybe on your computer, like sometimes you mute yourself on your computer, Wendy. I show you unmuted as well. Maybe your microphone isn't up? I don't know. Well, do you want to hold your things up, Wendy, and I'll do my best to describe them for you? I don't know how I get you back on, though. That's the problem. Let me see what we can do here. Spotlight for every. Okay, here we go. Julie figured out a new tool in her toolbox here. We figured it out. Okay, so now I got to go back to your chat, Wendy, just a second. Okay, so she has two. It's a moonlight blue Everglade vase, a pair of the number 1270. With the 6.5 inch luster cup prism candlesticks with gold encrusted rose point Beaubouchets. Beautiful. And then a 7.5 inch statuesque amethyst cigarette box. Oh, I got to go down on your note here. I don't know. Okay, let me see. Oops, Julie's got to scroll. Beautiful piece. Is that true that they aren't as plentiful? And lastly, she has an 8.75 inch statuesque cigarette box in royal blue. Only if you can't hear me.
The cigarette boxes came with both yeah, there you go. That's the large nude. So they came with both the medium-sized nude and the large nude.
Oh, I wonder if she's typing. Is amethyst less common? Is the question that Wendy has, Les.
Others could comment to me of those colors from the 1931, if forest green, amethyst, royal blue, and carmine. I think they're fairly similar in the cigarette box. I don't think that there would be a big difference. It's funny how from one nude stem to another, one is more common in one color, another is more common in a different color, just by chance, maybe based on the buying public. But as far as those cigarette boxes, I don't think there's a huge difference. Uh, Amber, surprisingly, in the nudes, in many of, not the cocktails, but many other areas, is less common. Sometimes it's often hard to find amber. But maybe others, Lyle or others, could weigh in on that too.
Lyle, any comments on this one?
I haven't seen a lot of difference. The stemmed length is usually the big demarcation. The tall ones are very, very rare on some colors, just like Les said. But the shorts are just generally tough to find. So at least in this corner of the world.
The hardest part is finding the lids without damage.
Yes, anything without damage is right up there.
Wonderful.
Hey,
Well,
Julie,
yes.
I'll say, Wendy, those tall cigarette boxes are really hard. It's funny when you talk about them, we say, oh, that's common. Well, common means we've seen 3 in 40 years or something like that. I mean, they're just hard as hen's teeth to find, the big ones.
And if you do find one, Mike, they're most likely in gold crystal, oddly enough.
Yes.
So it's just bizarre how some things can be more common in one nude blank versus another.
I actually think the royal blue stuff is easier to find because I think it was a really big seller for him list. And so there was more of that pushed out into the market. But I mean, on the tall cigarette box, they're all hard.
Yeah, yeah, agreed.
Hey, oh, you're welcome, Wendy. Is there anyone else that has glass to show that I didn't mention so far? If so, just chime in.
I have one item,
Perfect, Scott.
non-Cambridge,
That's okay.
but we got pretty excited when we found this.
Ooh,
It's a Duncan Miller issue called Siamese Swan. And it's a very, very rare piece. It's a cut and ground polished bottom. With a lot of handwork for all the pulling on the swan's wings.
And the Duncan Miller swans are everywhere out there, but I've never noticed a double one like that before.
It was, I finally found my little note here. It was a private mold from a company in New York called Wheel Freeman, Weil Freeman. And according to the book, they're very, very scarce.
How did you know to buy that?
Okay, you're going to know this, but some people don't. After you've been collecting for a long time, you can pick something up and go, I may not know what that is, but I know it's good.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Okay.
We don't care for swans. We don't have swans.
Be careful now, Scott.
I know. I'm sorry. We don't collect them.
They populate.
Interesting. That's probably why we don't have them. No, we get to see swans every day during the summer when we're in Michigan.
Okay.
So, the real ones.
But Scott, the shape of the head is the same as Duncan swans in general, so it's funny that it wasn't a company-owned mold.
Yeah.
But that's the case, so be it.
But, as I said on the Sunday group, you'll see this again in June if you happen to come to Cambridge.
Yes. Beautiful. Is there anyone else? Oh,
can I ask a question? So what does that mean when you say it's a private mold, Scott? Was that because then I heard Les's question, so I'm a little confused. Does that mean
that the mold was owned by somebody other than Duncan Miller?
I see.
And when Duncan Miller made those, they could make them only for the owner of the mold in whatever quantity they wanted. Did I get that right, Les?
You got it right.
Okay. Who's your friend, Jonathan?
This is Coco Chanel.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes. Is
Does
there
she
anyone else
does
that
she
has any?
speak? Does
She says her
oh,
name.
okay.
That's it. And a lot of other screaming.
Is there anyone else that has any glass to share?
I can share some glass, Julie.
Excellent, Doug.
All right. So I have a couple of pieces. Normally I don't find much during the year, but this was a kind of a good year. I went to my friend's my friend Mike's house and saw the etched moon. And then I found this piece. Oops, hang on a minute. Got to turn off my blur.
Yes, you're on blur.
Video non-blur. There we go. Anyway, I found this piece, which is smoke in the moon etch. I don't know if you can see that, but I think it's pretty cool. It's a wonderful little mid-century modern type piece.
Is that gold encrusted?
Yes, it is. And then at convention, I got turned on to this piece, which is a Carmen gold encrusted Portia ball jug, which I had to have. And then for those of you who know me and that I collect Rose Point, I think on January 2nd, I acquired these two pieces, which are the 1234 Carmen gold encrusted vases, which I'm just absolutely elated to have in my collection. So, those honestly could have made the year. I didn't need anything else, but
Oh, Bud is so good when we find those things that we like.
yeah, this year will probably be nothing. I'll probably come home empty-handed. That's fine. The checking account loves that, but
Yes, we know. Well, is there anyone else that has anything to share? Well, here's my new sub collection. Showed up this summer. He's not gold crystal, but he's ginger. He's kind of cute. So that's Jackson. So I do collect cat bottles, but he just showed up by himself. But anyway, so it looks like everyone had a wonderful year, some really outstanding pieces that were out there. I know that everyone that gets a piece, it means something to you, and it's so nice that you could share it with us this evening. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to David.
All right. Thank you, Julie. And thank you, of course, to everyone who shared their finds this year from last year this evening. So it's always great to see what people find, and it's always fun to recognize those pieces that you've seen before and made a lot of people happy by finding pieces to add to their collection. So it's the best part about being a glass dealer is finding pieces that people admire and appreciate and are willing to add to their own collections.
You're incorrigible.
Well, I was wondering, April and Lynn, when you said you had nothing to show, I knew a few boxes left Cambridge, Ohio in June, headed south. So thank you for sharing a few of those great pieces. Next month is February, and the Zoom and Tell program will be held on February 10th. So 8 p.m. as always. And the theme is going to be Mount Vernon. Freeman Moore is going to be leading that program. And we know Freeman and Jeannie have been actively collecting Mount Vernon for many, many years. So if you wonder where all the colored Mount Vernon has gone, it has gone to Flower Mound, Texas. Um, it's almost impossible to find a piece of colored Mount Vernon in the wild anymore, but there's quite a pile of it there in Flower Mound. So we're going to be lucky to see a few of those pieces. So if you have some Mount Vernon items in your collection and you want to share them next week, go ahead and dig those out and be ready to share with Zoom and Tell guests in February. Okay, Julie, thank you. I appreciate it. And of course, a big thank you to Julie for all of her efforts in being our moderator for the last 5 years.
Well, thank you. It's hard to believe that 5 years have gone by, to be honest. I remember our first Zoom and Tell very well. But as David said in the beginning, we couldn't have this if all of you didn't participate. And we certainly genuinely thank all of you for, welcoming. I look at it as you've welcomed me into your home. Sometimes I wish I was there and had parting gifts and I could leave with what you're showing me because it's absolutely exquisite. But again, we couldn't be this far into our programming if it wasn't for the participation and people genuinely enjoying this. As Doug has often said, this has become a study group. Um, it's our Zoom study group. And we honestly, we've lost a few people along the way, unfortunately, that were with us when we started. And I often, when I don't see you for a couple of months, I start getting a little concerned and we ask around and make sure everybody's okay. So again, we thank you so much for the time that you spend with us once a month on Tuesdays. And we hope that this will continue for another 5 years or longer. So thank you to everyone for participating. It looks like everyone had a stellar year. Um, and again, I'm so jealous of so many things I see. I keep going, well, why don't I collect that? But honestly, thank you again, and we'll see you next month. So have a good evening, everyone.